Hiya, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Before we get into today's video, as you can possibly tell, my voice is a little bit croaky. I have got a bit of a sore throat and a cold. I'm a little bit bunged up, so my voice doesn't sound 100%. It isn't anything serious. I've done lots of tests, they're all negative. It is just a cold, but yeah, not fun either way. So apologies for my voice, but today's the only day I've got to film and edit this video. So today I thought I would do a blind reaction to some of the kind of diet culture, diet and fitness videos out there on TikTok, because it's fair to say there are a lot, and a lot of them are inaccurate, a lot of them are very misleading and can actually lead to some quite unhealthy habits when trying to be healthy. So I thought it would just be interesting just to have a little scroll through, see what comes up and just react to it for you guys. If you are new to my channel then you won't know, but I am a nutrition BSc student at uni, so I can kind of look at them from a more scientific point of view and actually have a better understanding of what's going on behind the things that they're saying. So hopefully this will just be a bit of fun, but at the same time also alert you to the fact that you've got to be careful with where you get your information from. But yeah, either way, hopefully this will be a good video and I hope you enjoy it and get something from it. So I'm literally just going to type diet into TikTok and see what comes up. So let's just start with the very first video. So this is some kind of weight challenge workout video that I'm assuming they're claiming that they're losing weight by doing this. First of all, no single specific workout or no single specific food is going to lead to weight loss. Essentially, in order to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit, which means you're burning more energy than you're consuming. That can either come from reducing your food intake, increasing your energy output, so increasing your exercise, increasing your steps, for example, or a combination of the two. However, you want to ensure that you do it in a safe way, that you don't massively reduce your calories, that you don't suddenly massively increase your energy expenditure. Essentially, she's saying that by doing what she's doing in this video, you're going to lose weight, which isn't true. It massively depends on all the other factors that you're doing in your life, what you're doing for the rest of the day, what you're eating. This specific workout isn't going to lead to weight loss.
Started the day with warm lemon water, granola with oat milk and cashew butter for breakfast, a Lar bar for a snack. I try to drink 2 of these a day, a Mediterranean bowl for lunch, almonds for another snack, curry with coconut rice and a sweet potato for dinner, and my sister made brownies for dessert.
So essentially, she's just eating a whole load of junk food throughout the day, which you can definitely eat junk food, you can definitely have everything in moderation, and I'm all about finding that right balance, not restricting yourself. This may have just been a one-off day. This may not have even been what she ate that whole day. It might have been different days and things that she'd had at different points in her life or throughout the week. However, if this was your diet all day, every day, then yeah, that definitely wouldn't be healthy for you. You would miss out on a lot of your micronutrients, you'd miss out on a lot of fibre, and you overall would probably more easily consume higher energy density foods, which means you're more likely to gain weight. And gaining weight is not a bad thing, depending on where you're gaining weight, whether it's in fat, whether it's in muscle, and where your starting weight's at, and whether then that weight increases to an unhealthy level. Having these foods is completely okay, but like I said, in moderation and just part of a healthy, balanced diet. These are a lot of the things. I mean, she's basically calling out a lot of the current diet trends that are around, a lot of the common fitness, nutrition myths that you hear, and yeah, by no means are these true. So too much sugar and it causes bloating is fruit. First of all, fruit, it's full of a lot of water, so essentially you might just have a high intake of water, which then leads you to feeling a bit bloated. And also the fruit sugar, because it's contained within the fruit cells, because you've got that fibre, it's not the same as having what we call free sugar, which is what you, for example, add to food. So anything with kind of any syrup added, any just everyday sugar added to it, whatever it may be, that is what we call free sugar. Whereas fruit sugar, as it's closed within the cell walls, as it's got that fibre content, it's not released in the same way, it's released more slowly, it doesn't spike your blood sugar in the same way, and therefore it's not something that you have to constantly think about reducing in your diet. And if anything, fruit's going to give you more benefits than the opposite of benefits. I can't think right now. Concerns or worries, basically. And then also rice has carbs in it. Carbs make you fat. Again, a common thing you hear, carbs do not make you fat. In order to gain fat, you need to be in a calorie surplus. And yeah, that could come from any food, not just carbs. Carbs may lead to more bloating, they lead to higher water retention. Again, it's just water though, it's not fat gain. And carbs are great for providing energy. You need them as well as your source of fibre in your diet. And it's recommended that around 50% of your energy intake comes from carbs. They are by no means unhealthy. They are healthier options when it comes to carbs and slightly less nutritious options. So you always want to opt for the more kind of whole grain, high fibre options where possible. However, again, like I said before, you can have everything in moderation. And then, oh yeah, with eggs, too high in fat and cholesterol to eat regularly. That's another common one that comes up, is that eggs cause increases in the bad cholesterol, or known as LDL, in your body. Again, that's not true. They do contain cholesterol, but they don't cause an increase in cholesterol in your body directly. Because of the way they're digested and processed and broken down within the body, they don't lead to an actual increase in cholesterol. Again, the granola, it's got high in calories and sugar, which forces you to gain weight. Yes, certain brands of granola are very high in sugar, which is just something to look out for, not from a weight gain perspective, but more just from the metabolic effects of having too much free sugar, as I was saying before. So again, like I said, everything can be enjoyed in moderation, but having really high free sugar intake definitely isn't the best for you. Again, high in calories depends on the granola. Some may be higher in calories, some are quite low in calories, and it's not going to force you to gain weight depending on what you're eating throughout the rest of the day. Given that you're eating plenty of fresh fruit, veg, and a healthy balance of that throughout the rest of the day, and your calories overall are sort of around your maintenance level, then you're not going to gain weight from the granola. Obviously, in the fitness industry, it's very common to see people cutting and bulking all the time. Essentially, if you don't know what those are, cutting is essentially where someone puts themselves on a calorie deficit in order to help lose some fat. Bulking is generally more for gaining muscle. Along with it though, you generally gain some fat as well, because we don't know the exact calorie surplus you have to be in order to promote muscle gain. So you're likely to gain some fat along with that too. However, it's all very well going on a cut if you want to lose a bit of fat. However, if it's not done in a sustainable way, if it's done in a restrictive way, and it's done in a way that you massively reduce your calories, you will lose quite a fair amount of muscle mass along the way, as well as the fat. And also, like he just said, he's thinking about burgers all the time. Just because you're on a cut doesn't mean you can't eat the burger. You can fit it in somehow. There will be ways of getting it in there that still allows you to be in a slight calorie deficit and allows you to maintain your cutting goals. You don't actually have to restrict the food types you have. Again, everything can be enjoyed in moderation, no matter what your goals are. So this one's healthy snack ideas from someone who lost 115 pounds in 10 months. All of them are great snack ideas. They all are healthy snack ideas. They're simple ones you can have. But the way she's put it across makes it sound like because she's eaten these snacks specifically, she lost weight. Again, no single food will lead to weight loss or weight gain. It will depend on her diet as a whole, how much she's moving, and whether she's in a calorie deficit. So all these snacks are great. They are really healthy, nutritious options to opt for, but just because you're eating them doesn't mean you're going to lose weight.
Do you want to lose weight or do you want to lose fat? If you want to lose weight, do as much cardio as you can and cut out weight. Cut your calories super low. Cut out all carbs. Do that and you'll drop weight fast. But you'll probably end up with that skinny fat look. Your metabolism will slow down and you'll probably gain most, if not all, of that weight back. If you want to lose fat, weight train 3 to 4 times per week. Go into a small calorie deficit and increase your protein. This will give you a more lean, defined, or toned look, give you more energy, and strengthen your metabolism.
So his fat loss approach isn't awful, and that is definitely a lot more sustainable. What he's saying for weight loss, and he's promoting rapid weight loss, which we know often only leads people to gain it all back, and not only gain it back but actually overshoot their original weight. He's telling people to go on a very low calorie diet of 1,200 calories, which is ridiculous. That is what a toddler needs, not a full-grown adult. Yes, you will lose weight quickly. However, your metabolism will slow so much that when you try to start increasing your calories again, you're just going to gain it all back. Also, he said cut out all carbs, which, as I said before, they lead to high water retention. Essentially, if you're cutting out the carbs, you're just losing a lot of water weight. Yeah, it's scary to still see people promoting these kind of strategies online. The fat loss approach that he promoted, definitely a little bit more sustainable and healthier in the long run. But honestly, don't go to TikTok for dietary advice. Seek one-on-one help specific to you, tailored to you, from a registered dietitian or nutritionist who actually knows what they're talking about. Also, that said, there's no generic approach. There's no one-size-fits-all approach with nutrition and fitness. If not, everyone would be doing it. Everyone would have found this magic solution that makes everyone feel great and confident and happy in themselves. So just remember, just because you see someone else do something online doesn't mean it's going to work in the same way for you.
So I saw this shit pop up on my feed, and I see stuff like this all the time. And I've said it once, I'll say it again, like eating for weight loss does not equal eating for health. Like, you consider all this stuff over here like super healthy shit. We got some green spinach juice, some oatmeal, banana, and granola probably. So just because something is super healthy and like good for you does not mean it is good for weight loss or low in calories, and the opposite is true too. So just because something is bad or like fast food does not mean it is bad for weight loss either. And really, of course, the only thing that matters for weight loss is calories in, calories out.
Yeah, so I can kind of agree with some of the stuff that you're saying there. Again, going back to that weight loss perspective, the thing for weight loss is being in that calorie deficit, and that doesn't matter where it comes from. You could be eating a really sort of fast foody style diet and still lose weight, or you could be eating a really nutritious, wholesome diet and somehow gain weight. What matters for that weight loss is that calorie deficit. However, like he kind of said, the calorie number doesn't tell you anything about the food. So while yes, on the right we have got the dirty meal, it's not going to be as nutritious as the clean meal. And I hate using the words clean and dirty, but that clean meal is going to have a lot more nutrient dense foods in it. Yes, it is higher in calories. However, if you want to focus on weight loss, for example, or you need to for health reasons, then do focus on getting those nutrient dense foods. Of course, you want to pay attention to your energy intake, so maybe opt for some of the lower calorie options, still focusing on getting in your nutrients that you need, because you don't want to deprive your body of the nutrients it needs. And like I said before, you can still enjoy everything in moderation. That calorie number doesn't tell you much. Besides the energy density of the food, you also need to focus on the nutrition of it too.
Avoid eating these foods if you want to lose weight or get shredded for the summer. Let's get into it. We will be shopping at Target today. But real quick, before I show you the foods that you should avoid, yes guys, I understand everything in moderation. But eating foods like this is just going to make it very difficult to eat more foods throughout the day because they are very calorie dense. So don't be commenting this nonsense. Now let's get into it. All of these foods here that I'm about to show you have essentially zero nutritional value. If you were trying to diet while trying to eat foods like this, it will just make it way harder for you to stay within your calorie goals. Sure, some of these foods might be enjoyable on a cheat day, but at the end of the day, I would most definitely try and stay away from foods like this. If you're looking for healthy alternatives, scroll through my page as I have posted many of them. Anyways, hope this helps.
He's basically coming at me for, you know, what I keep promoting, that you can enjoy everything. Yes, if your diet is massively made up of all these foods and they're the only things you eat, then yes, they're probably more energy dense and you will find it harder to be in that calorie deficit for weight loss or for fat loss. However, just because you're avoiding those foods doesn't mean you are going to lose weight. As we just saw in the previous one, the clean meal versus the dirty meal was actually lower in energy density than the clean, healthier food option. So it just shows that you can fit everything in one way or another. There will be a way that you can enjoy it, and if you just focus on restricting yourself and cutting out certain foods and cutting out food groups, one, you'll only want to crave them more, you'll want them more, and when you get the chance to eat them, you're likely to binge out on it because you've deprived yourself of it. 2, it creates a really unhealthy relationship with food. 3, you're going to be thinking about food all the time because you're not giving yourself those foods that actually satisfy you and satisfy your cravings. And 4 even, I'm not on 3, I'm losing count here. He also mentioned cheat days, which personally for me, I mean, some people maybe this method works for you, but I just feel like, again, it creates that really unhealthy mindset around food and creates those categories of good and bad foods. Whereas if you take on more of kind of that 80-20 approach, you know, really getting those nutritious foods where you can, especially at your main meal times. However, if you want a little bit of chocolate, have that little bit of chocolate. If you want a small bag of crisps, have some crisps. Listen to those cravings that you have, give yourself a little bit of what you want, and you'll move on with your life. If you massively restrict yourself, you'll only be thinking about them and only want them more. This one I've got to take from the humour perspective. Keto diet has obviously become a massive thing in the last few years. I think I've even done a video touching on it in a lot more detail and about the science behind it, so be sure to go check out that video if you want more on the specifics of the keto diet. But yeah, as she's trying to get across, people take it to a bit of an extreme. People go on the keto diet and say it's great for fat loss, great for weight loss. Again, it's because you're cutting out carbs essentially, so you're losing that water retention. It was originally designed for epilepsy treatment, not as a general diet. It became a bit of a diet fad, and people genuinely tried to promote the idea that, like she said, a bell pepper is going to do as your slice of bread. Really, they're not the same thing at all. They're not going to satisfy you in the same way. If you want a bell pepper and cream cheese, go for it. However, if you're really wanting some bread and cream cheese, you can have that too.
Here's what I do when I'm eating the cake, not to eat too much. So I cut like this a little bit, I put it here, and I'm good to go.
That is brilliant. I love that video. Everyone's thinking, oh my god, why is she cutting that tiny little piece of cake out of this cake that's already not that big? Which, you know, if you're going to go in for a slice of cake, you may as well enjoy it as a one-off every now and again. And you're like, I was thinking, please don't tell me she's just going to have that little slice. Is that actually worth it if you're going to bother having it? And if she takes the rest of the cake, I like it.
Show a time when you were skinny but thought you were overweight.
Traumatized, it makes me want to cry. You dumb motherfucker, I loved you, I loved you, I loved you. It's true.
This just goes to highlight kind of diet culture, how society's made us think about ourselves, and, you know, kind of the phenomenon of body dysmorphia, which so many people suffer from. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when you view yourself completely differently to how you actually look. So kind of like how she put, she thought she was overweight when in reality she was actually just a healthy weight, and you see yourself as bigger than you are. Honestly, the way that diet culture is shaped does often make us see ourselves like that, and no one else picks up on it but ourselves. We're often the ones who criticise ourselves the most on things that other people wouldn't even realise or think twice about. So yeah, it's really sad that diet culture has sort of made us think like that, and especially social media. It's kind of brought even more issues around this area, which is really sad to see. I know I've definitely in the past been affected by body dysmorphia and seeing myself a certain way before. If you don't know, then I did suffer from an eating disorder. I suffered from anorexia. I've done my whole eating disorder story before, and yeah, I've definitely experienced that. And social media and society in general doesn't make it easy for yourself. I've just realised how long this video is starting to get, so I'm gonna do one more and then wrap it up, I think, because, oh, my TikTok crashed on me. Maybe I'll leave it there then, maybe that's a sign, but I've just noticed how long this video is getting. I could honestly be here all day. I think it's just TikTok in general. You could, once you open it, I know it's dangerous because I'm just sat there scrolling through for hours on end, and then I don't even know where the time goes. So I'm gonna stop this here, but I hope you have taken something from this video, whether you've learned something, whether it was a bit of entertainment, whatever it may be. Hopefully you've taken something from it. Also hope you have enjoyed it. Be sure to smash a big thumbs up if you have. Don't forget to also go ahead and click that little red subscribe button down below, as that would mean so much to me if you could do that, as well as tapping on that notifications bell so you get notified every time I upload. As I said, there's so many more videos out there, so if you'd either like a part 2 to this one and more kind of diet culture, or if you want more sort of fitness ones, whatever it may be, if you want me to dive in deeper to another kind of nutrition fitnessy area of TikTok, let me know. I would definitely love to do that, and I could sit and do this all day. But for today, I'm going to wrap it up here. My voice probably needs a bit of a rest as well, and I'll be sure to see you very soon with a brand new video. Bye!